match sake, I'm also hoping for a 3-game series. Who knows if it's a possibility? But I want to hear the cast by Seek and Strike and Avo Plus.
Hello guys, and welcome back. Thank you, Tsunami. And quite the risky move there by Jenkins. You know, he's casting Alliance match. He's talking about his pubs. I don't know. Anyway, let's see what this game is going to show us, because we have some quite nice strategies here. Particularly something we actually used to cast a bunch, the 4 Zoomer strat of the Omni Sven. They used to run this so much, they used to ban Omni first ban every single time against them. And now it's OG Bring It. Learning from NA. Oh, the memes are getting livelier and livelier.
I can't believe it. I mean, NA's already out of the tournament. What are they going on about? No, but you're completely right. The Sven Omni, it's only second best. It's the second best Omni combo. Omni combo. Because the best one is hands down, it's going to be that mid lane Huskar. No one else uses strength as good as Huskar, but Sven is a damn good close second. And because Sven usually just gets kited around the entire game, ideally is how you want to play around a Sven, that status is absolutely huge. This game though, Yule Scepter, we do have a natural Yule's builder on Alliance, which of course is going to be the better counter to Sven overall, and that's going to be in the Marana. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that item is going to
30 seconds to battle.
Played an awesome game last time on the Skywrath Mage, and I'm looking forward to the impact.
Me too. It's going to be certainly an exciting matchup. Another good combo actually that we feature. If you're one of the old people like myself, that lane combo that you used to hate the lane against back in Dota 1 in the early stages of Dota 2, which was the Omnight Sanking. It's not the lane combo this time, but you still have the little Purification burst, like little burst, which actually pretty good. Healing with Winter Wyvern in the Cold Embrace Earth. Might be part of the reason why the Sanking also got picked. A little extra buff there. See? Samael suffering a fair amount. Purification already used. There's the arrow. Samael just wants to get back home, but Limp is not going to let him. First blood given to Alliance's mid laner, already starting with the right foot.
Yeah, it's going to be really nice as well. That should be, pretty early on into this bottle. You're going to be taking a lot of damage out from the Squirrel here in the mid lane versus Thompson. Not much you could really do about it other than just buy plenty of regen and just, in the late game, channel all that Wrath and RP the Squirrel later on. And just about one tap for pretty going on here. SMG is going to be able to as much.
Yeah, we've seen this, right? Usually when Thompson plays the Squirrel mid, you need something to just be able to hunt them relatively easily, because otherwise, I mean, we saw this in the Quincy Crew game, you needed to organize your whole hunting squad. You don't have dogs, you can't really smell her out, it's so difficult to find her between the trees, it's tough. And Thompson always makes you lose time with that. Even if he loses net worth, it's okay, because he recovers nicely, has such good lane clear, and even can go for some dangerous farm by doing that. So it's a great way of opening the map that OG has abused a lot this one.
Yep, we go through trees pretty nicely at the very least for Alliance. We don't have like a bespoke, tree killer or like anyone. Basically, the way you think about it is no timber this game, unfortunately for Alliance, right? So that's going to be a little bit of a difficulty when it comes to hunting down Thompson, because guaranteed win or lose, whether he needs to create space just to buy time for Sumail to get his item, or if he just wants to farm, he's going to be pushing these like big one in this.
That's true. The counter I like the most against the Hoodwink in general, is a very easy kill against her, is the Ember. Actually really solid at doing that, or any of the spirits actually. Particularly Ember and Storm really stand out at being able to break it. As you said, I think there's ways in this game for sure. You can even Doom her as well. That's another way to just getting rid of that. And something the panel did not mention, but also very true, is the Doom also brings a basic dispel. So anything that Guardian Angel actually is going to save, just Doom that target, and that target is dead to rights.
Very true. F4, you need a stun out from Smell, which could be fine. Scorched Earth and no, that's a good point. It is going to be a great game to get this Purge creep operational, though, yet again. Again, it's just something super annoying. Even if you just hit it on Smell, just to slow down a little around.
Gets rid of the Scurry, of course, gets rid of the Warcry. Like, there's so many useful things to be purging off. You can even use it defensively against spirits. Okay, S4. The Heavenly Grace, unfortunately, all you can do is hit more, but S4, as long as he backs out, he should be fine most of the time. Not too dangerous. I don't think he's gonna die at all this lane. He has some really nice early armor and even went for the double gauntlets early to deal.
Plenty of damage though that they can pump out here, so got to be a little bit careful. He's still got stick charges there now, popping them. Tumel, he knows, you know, like I always said, he knows when he's strong. He knows when he can cure his own farm. And for the most part, with the Omni Knight in the lane with you,
we're seeing Limp kind of leaving the lane of Thompson. I mean, not very surprising as a Magnus. If you can afford to go jungle and there's not too much loss there, you might as well. The creep wave is near the tower anyway. Thompson does offer a lot of harassment. And I mean, Thompson destroyed a Batrider mid, so if you're gonna be able to beat that matchup with Hoodwink, I think a Magnus Storm is gonna suffer. There's not many chances of you being able to shockwave skewer her into the tower.
Go for the shockwave play.
Try again.
Yeah, I think it's a good response by Limp, just to not really worry about it too much. You know, you're not laning versus someone like Flash. You're not laning like a DP. Okay, you can afford to just farm waves in between. Maybe the creep wave gets pushed, but you come back. You're all good to go.
That's a good arrow. Can they turn that into a kill? No till. There's the base armor the panel was talking about. Tanking those Miranda hits pretty nicely, but the leap, Hanskin's gonna into this. The Heavenly Grace to heal him a bit, but it's only a little bit of regen. It's not gonna do enough, even with the extra strength. The poor Omni Knight will fall there.
Nowhere you can really go. Alliance, by the way, starting off this game with 2 Blightstones on each of their supports. I assume one of these is eventually going to get turned to a Medallion and Solar Crest here for Nikobaby, but they really do value just being able to harass the low armor support. Phoenix especially here, going to suffer a bit to the Wyvern in the
Okay, the start from the Centaur. The neutral creeps are allying. Today, they really hate offlaters, huh? They're just attacking whatever they see that's a 3. Seb suffering much like Lelis. Yeah, he's not going to die. Lifestealer doesn't have enough damage just yet. He did go for the point in rage just to, to survive that lane. As S4 and Hanskin, I mean, are you really trying to accomplish anything in this lane but getting the basic farm on Doom? I don't think you can get close to them at all, really. I think there's much more opportunities of you doing something bottom, really, with Lifestealer and the Winter Wyvern at this point.
Yeah, I think Hanskin's probably going to look to maybe throw an arrow top and then rotate mid lane. But we can see Thompson and Limp alike are very keen to just, you know, let the melee creeps do their thing in the lane, on a small camp in between, make sure that any tower damage here too early. Limp's already super tanky here. Yeah, 1200, 1300 HP with the power. Go.
Yeah, the Magnus is not going to get killed. In fact, I don't think Alliance needs to get too many, any kills really out of these lanes. As long as you stabilize, due to the power of the Empower, sorry about that, you're going to be able to easily recover regardless. And OG, I mean, the difficulty is OG has a good ganking squad to deal with you in the mid game. With the Hoodwink sanking, I think most things will tie to that, especially if the Omni has a couple points in purification to add to that.
Yeah. That's a good point. Lots of DOT, some good slows as well that you can be using to make sure you can secure these kills. Hopefully they're able to give a little bit of farming time to Saksa this. Because kind of picking up on what Ali was saying, there's a lot of items you do kind of really want to as a Phoenix. Because not only do you really contour the Wyvern, but you can also really get this Magnus quite easily. There's only a couple of egg hitters you're super turned with. You know, this is one of those games, Lifestealer especially, yeah. But we've got ways to protect you as well here. But like I said this earlier today, and we don't really see this much in shorter games, or at least the first or second item. Holy Locket, but seeing something like a refresher on this Phoenix, I think, could still have decent value if it just expensive.
Yeah, you like seeing the rush on the refresher, and I don't disagree with that idea. I mean, the Holy Locket seems such good value this game because you combine that with the Omni Knight and you just get an insane amount of healing. Of course, Heavenly Grace actually boosts up that healing, as we mentioned, with the extra strength. So I can see you go for just easier items than the insane double refresher. Hey, we've been seeing a lot of Nyx rushing Axe, so it's not out of the question. Seb in the bottom lane has a Soul Ring and a Power Strike, so you should be fine. Unless, okay, Seb saying the Power Strike to the last second there, and only level 1, not going to get too far off, but just enough as Saksa trying to play against his counterpart, his icy counterpart, and kicking him out there.
Yeah, if we look over like at something that Nikobaby is going to end up building, Mike decides to go into like Armlet, Sange, whatever the heck he kind of feels like. But basically, the Armlet Sange could be the most important part there because already, I mean, you get popped into a Cold Embrace. Whether or not FNG has the Holy Locket, it's still going to be amping up his heal in that Cold Embrace by just so much. Like, I could really see some damage issues
Invisibility.
if we do get these items online for FNG and Nikobaby respectively. Because really the only damage they have here to set up for is going to be the magic damage coming from an Epi, a Phoenix Supernova Sunray, and Woodwing.
I mean, at some point the Sven will come online. That's when the damage issues stop happening. But you're right, you know, in the early levels, Bomb Strength might just not be enough. Limp, oh, actually skewers a scroll into an arrow. And it's getting jumping around like a frog. And Thompson will fall. Limp. Nicely played there. Really wanted to get rid of Thompson as Nikobaby. Wanted to get that kill on Seb. He didn't come in the dust for that, but maybe it was just to harass him a bit. Very tired of this constant sandstorm.
Kumal already into the jungle here. As the top lane has broken down a bit. He doesn't really want to lane versus this team anymore, especially with the ice armor, as we can chase No Tail around the tower a little bit. No Tail, not too legal.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Bad. That was just a replay. Sorry. Not only do I sound like some fan, I also get baited just
under attack.
too.
Radiant's courier has been
No Tail
killed.
can you know slowly de-push these waves here, make sure that they're not going to be able to too early, as well as gain a bit of XP that way.
Radiant's bottom
That's true. I
tower
mean, that
is under
kill was very
attack.
valuable, though, so I see why you got the replay going. Being able to stop a Hoodwink from being too impactful early is something the other teams have managed, and the issue was that the lanes weren't as easy. This time the lane seems a bit easier for
Dire's top
We're gonna go
tower
for
is
the
under
Omnet in the
attack.
top lane. Oh, Omnet hates the Doom. It's his arch nemesis. He's the founder of the Holy Light, you know, he's a soldier of righteousness, and then he comes by, takes away all your spells, puts a pentagram under you, he's just scared, he's constantly running away because of it. Unfortunate.
Seb will actually TP up here to defend the tower. So we'll leave FNG down bottom all alone. He's going to be a couple of the waves here. 3 points in the Splinter
Radiant's
Blast. So
middle
they've got
tower
plenty
is
of
under
splinters
attack.
available for
Oh, skewer.
on this Wyvern alone.
Taking some mail for a ride. They don't have the Purge, though, unfortunately, so they're thinking twice about double damage rune. You know, if Sven is glowing, any kind of color, red, blue, you
Dire's
just don't
bottom
get close to
tower
it.
is under attack.
Oh, it's blue and red together. And, still with the massive madness available. I don't think the tower's very long control, especially with the wagon now.
Yeah, and I mean, they took advantage of this time to at least take the stack, so I mean, the Sven won't be able to take him, so that's a way to utilize this time if you think you can defend this tower, but it is still a loss of map control. However, this means the stacks can't be stolen, and it was well spread between Nikobaby and Limp. Limp getting the better part of it, it seems.
Baby, he's going to be able to recover pretty quickly here and look to close the gap to Sumail
Dire's
just a
top
little
tower
bit with
is
the
under
40%
attack.
cleave that he's getting. It's max cleave and shockwave, so he doesn't just have to follow Nikobaby around the entire time and off the
Yeah,
Dire's top tower
just got
has
away from
fallen.
Thompson. That bushwhack always sets up for the potential sharpshooter, so Hans, you know, not gonna wait this out. He has the Yule Scepter queued up, so that the idea here is to completely cancel that sharpshooter initiation, in addition to setting up for the arrow. Very high value item this game. And of course,
Dire's
your favorite thing that
structures are
Mirana does,
fortified.
arrow the catapult. Oh no! It blocked it. They live. They found a way to deal with this disgusting interaction.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, it still kills through the glyph, so, you know, that's a little... I mean, I guess you could also eat creeps through glyphs, so that's fine, right? But keeping alive the
Radiant's
wagon is just
fortified.
about to guarantee this bottom tier
Dire's
1
middle
tower.
tower
Limp
is
is going
under
to look to
attack.
apply some pressure mid. We'll actually proc 2 TPs out from the leg.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Thompson.
attack.
Wait, Thompson's joining as
Radiant's
well.
bottom tower has fallen.
Oh, she's just here to defend the tower. Doesn't feel like they want to engage at all. Seb will try to do the same in the top lane. After all, since OG's already taken the mid tower, they're looking pretty good when it comes to map control. They should be able to secure a good amount of farm for the Sven. It seems like now it's full recovery for Nikobaby. Let's see if the Empower will work
Radiant's
out for
bottom
him.
tower is under attack.
What do you... Okay, so Armlet Sanj, okay. Do you fight immediately on the Armlet Sanj this game? Is that the idea for Nikobaby?
Guess it's my shout.
Not sure. It looks like maybe they were thinking about going for it, but mostly I say that because S4 did have that Blink Dagger queued up. Instead, he just fully bought out the Hooded Defiance, so he's not looking to be this tanky initiator, at least not until Limp has got his own dagger. It seems like they're going to rely a little bit more on the Magnus for the engine and get this game before we can get the dagger on. Smoked up, though, he may... Oh, I apologize, actually. He does have the Blink Dagger, which is...
Now he has it, and are they going to try to look for a kill? It seems like with the smoke. They do also have Winter's Curse. So
want
Mail
Sumail.
seems quite juicy. Sumail's running back. home
Dire's
though.
bottom tower
Yeah, he
is
wants
under
nothing to
attack.
do with it still. Thompson, no, there's the hoodwink. Coming with a bushwhack. Acorn shot on top of that. Nikobaby just raging himself to safety. It's a male. He stayed there a bit too long. They doom him, but there's the TPs to respond to this initiation. Will they succeed? They stole the RP. Standard resistance on Samael, but he's still going down. Purification! And they actually save him thanks to the bushwhack and the purification. Guardian Angel to boot. Samael will live. The last magic wand was saved from the splinter blast damage. In fact, FNG is the one who's going to die for this. OG just bamboozled the Lions. The Lions thought they could really get that kill, but it was all an illusion.
Yeah, mass TPs, definitely well worth it here. At the very least for Alliance, there's no immediate objective available for them to take, but that's going to be a huge loss for them. Nikobaby, at least farming, he's in his own triangle, is not going to be too affected by this, but not exactly what you were looking for here off the Blink Dagger reveal before your doom. As well as actually stop Limp from farming. Or back down bottom though, it's not, yeah, he's got Icarus 9. Wait, has already maxed himself these Fire Spirits.
Double damage.
Thompson with TD rune activated, chasing after Handskin. Oh, he actually is going to be able to find him with the Ironwood Tree, and Seb blinking on in to secure the kill. Is going to be able to get the job done.
Acorn shot apparently is for noobs. Real pros use Ironwood Tree to set up for their
Dire's
kills.
top tower is
Honestly,
under
I mean,
attack.
it is instant.
Yeah, it is. Acorn shot does have a little bit of a travel time, of course. You can also see the animation. But it does give vision though.
True.
Dire
Sure,
are
but if you know
scanning.
where they are, I guess it's not too big of a concern. That was quite the kill up from Thompson. I don't remember the Dota 2 anime. Usually, wasn't it Marcy that kills the squirrel? Ted?
No, it's true actually.
They got that one wrong here, but not too bothered by that one. With extra gold in his pocket.
Can you imagine Thompson just watched the anime, that one moment made him cry? Can't believe he killed the squirrel. Finally gets to avenge it. He's been training a hoodwink mid for ages. OG just didn't want to let him play it. This is all a whole arc of the anime. I think Thompson would like that. I think that would be something that would suit his character.
I think something that's actually like quite a big strength here from OG is the fact that they do have a mid laner and a support who will gladly play Hoodwink. We've seen how strong it can be on regions, and just being able to first pick it and still willing to take that one mid makes it really weird to draft against.
Almost done with the bushwhack. He's not getting out of this one. They even got strength. They don't mince their words here. They're gonna go full on with the ultimate, or mince their spells rather, as they also gonna go for that Roshan.
Yeah, just to highlight this, the level 4 Heavenly Grace is a bonus 50 damage here to Samael when he's got the God Strength active.
Radiant's
and
middle tower
that's
is
huge
under
in the
attack.
early game as well. I mean, it's 16 minutes in, and it's Relic, huge.
Yeah. When this first ball is gonna now play against them. He killed his partner. Now we're Heavenly Grace for Samael, but the Power Strike will keep Hanskin. Actually kill him. There's 4. Hit Samael with the 2, but everything's falling around him. All of the Lions has to retreat. OG. They don't seem to care. Yeah, they've lost the Omnight, but everything else has died. Alliance just got free for this. Nikobaby still wanted to go in, get surprised by Morphling into the bushwhack. Samael just got rid of his doom, which means the Stormhammer was ready and available to finish off the lifestealer.
Yeah, that's now a back-to-back death there for Nikobaby. I mean, they were doing their best to try and contest the Roshan, but if you cannot control Saksa in these team fights, it's just the ultimate counter to your team fight here. There's a Supernova in the pit. They knew they knew there was a Supernova somewhere, they just didn't have vision on it, and that made the fight so awkward for them. No one could chase any further to try and secure the kill onto Sumail. They very easily are able to finish off Roshan. Sumail is just farming like a madman here. He's got so much money.
I love seeing Thompson laugh. I could tell that was the sharpshooter kill that made him laugh at that. Protected by the egg. I mean, that's another way to protect the egg. Oh no. Oh no. They left the nether shot behind. What's happening? Someone pick up the nether shot. Oh, okay. Samael was just leaving it for later. Oh. It's Alliance?
No, apologies.
No, it's
That's
theirs.
OG.
No, it's theirs. Yeah, okay. I just thought I'd come up from the creeps. Okay. And you give it, of course, to the Sven, because, you know, amplify the
Radiant's
Sven's
top
magic
tower
damage.
is under attack.
Magic
Dire's
Resist is going to be
bottom
really
tower
nice
is
versus
under
the
attack.
Wyvern versus the Doom. That's
Dire's structures
the name of the
are
game for them for
fortified.
now. He's going immediately into the Daedalus,
Radiant's
though. Doesn't
top
feel the
tower
need for a
is under
BKB
attack.
when he's got the
Wow.
Omni Knight to back him up.
Radiant structures are
Fair,
fortified.
honestly. This good way to close in this matchup that Jenkins was the 114 matchup, we'll call it, between Lifestealer and Sven. Like they want to go for the kill.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
It's Thompson who can give chase. He still has the Ironwood tree, but unfortunately, the acorn shot.
Radiant's
Here,
top
arrow.
tower
It's
is under attack.
Seb Thompson is a little bit too early there.
Dire's
Round.
bottom tower is under
Okay,
attack.
no matter, Sumail still able to find that tier 1 tower with the utmost.
Shadows
I
take
see what
us.
trick Thompson is using now, and I didn't notice it until now, but he uses the Ironwood tree so he can use the bushwhack, because the bushwhack is a long projectile, or takes a while to get there, and use the Ironwood tree
Dire
immediately.
are
I've
scanning.
tried a million times, so you can't use it with Acorn Shot that way. So you have to use Acorn
Seb,
Shot first.
Bottom, in trouble. He's got the guard active, but he is going to get focused and killed. That was going to be an RP out for them. Limp. Tanking is definitely worth it. And I'd agree, you're not really looking to fight OG, not very least while
Nope.
this Aegis is out. Just first, nice job. That will allow SMG to TP away. But it's not going to get a kill on.
That trick is good. Throw the bushwhack, then immediately the tree. I like that. I mean, it didn't
Yep,
get to the Winter
you-
Wyvern this time, but it's very smart.
You used to be able to do
Dire's
that
bottom tower is under
until
attack.
they buffed her. Well, they
Dire's
buffed
bottom
the speed
tower
of
has
Acorn Shot,
fallen.
and now it's a little bit
Yes.
too fast for you to do that reliably. So yeah, Seb, probably a little bit, or sorry, Thompson make that. It's just doing the same trick here with the Ironwood trick instead. Going into this Aghanim Scepter. Damage amplification. Some way to
that-
get through this cold embrace heal.
Exactly, that trick no longer works. Limp, another bushwhack, but this time he knows.
Dire's
Just
bottom
destroy the
tower
trees.
is
Best way to
under
get rid of the
attack.
bushwhack.
Radiant's courier.
And we're gonna
has
see the
been
build that
killed.
Thompson loves going, which is gonna be the Aghanim Scepter immediately. A way to buff damage, buff the magical damage rather, and also reduce the standard resistance with that Hunter's Boomerang. Nikobaby.
Maybe?
You're not gonna
He
catch him
might
with
show
the
up on this.
bushwhack.
No, likely not. That seems like a tall order. Even with this combo, it'd have to be Seb initiating Thompson yet again. So Nikobaby definitely realizing there's enemy heroes moving off the map. Instead, it's going to do himself an Empower buff. He's finished off the full Heaven's Halberd now next to the AC.
Okay. Sumail is just gonna farm these Ancients, right? He's gonna dominate over the triangle. Alliance just want to avoid fights at all costs, it seems like. Waiting for the Lifestealer to kind of get online. I mean, I guess he's somewhat online with the Heaven's Halberd, but not enough to deal with his Sven, it
Bottom.
seems like.
There's a Doom onto Saksa. Yet again, just using these big ultis when they're not looking for a fight necessarily. He will tick down, although Hanskin leaping forward to make sure he can get the kill. Sumail is going to pick up the kill onto Saksa over actually denying... Sorry, he picks up the kill onto Hanskin, rather, over denying Saksa. Gold here.
Okay, I mean, I don't think denies that. Okay, you give Doom a bit more gold. He's gonna get gold anyway with Devour. I think the
Yeah,
kill
I
is
know,
definitely
it's
much
not
more worth it.
You want the kill. You want the kill, especially if you're a Sven. I mean, you're so far ahead. You do everything you can. That's in essence what they're doing with the Aegis here. OG not really making any efforts to swoop up and look for fights themselves. Just looking to get damage item onto the mail. And probably queue up the BKB next.
Radiant's bottom
necessary,
tower is
or
under attack.
to go use to get more damage here.
And the way the Sven is built in, by the way, used to be the logic of why Sven was good against Lifestealer. This you deal so much burst damage that physical, of course, that Lifestealer can't heal in time with a feast, and that was the logic years ago before he got the attack speed buffs, etc., etc. But after Jenkins pub, of course, this was not the case anymore. And pros realized after that 114 pub that Sven actually loses to the Lifestealer. I still think the logic is pretty good. Oh,
Let's credit him
117.
correctly, I believe.
Oh, I'm so
117, I
sorry. I'm
believe.
so sorry, Master Jenkins. So yeah, the Sven now going for, I think, is the right build against the Lifestealer, which is getting as much damage as possible. As you said, not concerning yourself with BKB because really everything pierces BKB anyway on Alliance, so you might as well ignore it.
That's a good point, actually. It's not great of a beat. If it is for S4, he's got his now completed. Might need to use it here. Oh, so Mal might just be able to burst him through. There's going to be the bushwhack, and they've secured the kill. They just reclaimed in the same swift movement, however. We have that one to play with here for the
So now, Alliance, I'm wondering what power spike they really think is going to be the right one. Maybe
Radiant's top
it's going to be the
tower
AC on
is under
Lifestealer.
attack.
And he's going to mitigate a lot of the damage on Sven, but for now, it's just Nikos. Oh, Nikobaby. He might get picked off himself. Lim. There's the bushwhack combo yet again. They have the sharpshooter ready. I don't think Lim is making out of this one alive. He won't. Off with his head. And
Dire's bottom
FNG,
tower is
the
under
next target, does have a Winter's Curse to get away, but the bushwhack actually got him. No, I don't know how, but Thompson not gonna let anyone escape. Alliance loses 2 for free, and yet again, these initiations, they're testing the waters, trying to find simple kills, but any small mistake here means an overcommitment.
Yeah, and that's kind of exactly what the panel was talking about here. You know, you TP, it sucks that TP's in, just waste no time dropping the egg immediately, and Alliance, and again, in no position to destroy that Supernova, are just left in a really awkward spot. They actually used the Supernova stun to continue chain counting up Limp. He had no chance there. Surprised that he went for like a kidnapping play like that without had the BKB full. Pretty darn close to it here.
A kidnapping? Is that what you call the skewer?
Sorry?
Is that the skewer play? A kidnapping?
Yeah. I mean, you know,
Okay.
it's the same thing for the tiny. You just or the squirrel napping, right? Whoever he happens to get.
Okay. No, I was just asking because it's called. I've seen it called
Radiant's
fishing
bottom
kidnapping. That's
tower
the
is
first
under
time I hear it
attack.
from you,
Fishing,
dude.
sure. We'll go fishing. We'll go with
Okay,
fishing.
that was very dark. Okay.
Dire are scanning.
Maldo, which is so
Dire's
much damage. Echo
structures
Saver
are
now, and the
fortified.
Daedalus is that mask man.
Radiant
Wants to get through the
structures are
tower. They
fortified.
will lose the tier 1 in exchange for this.
Dire's middle tower
Oh,
is
is
under
that trade?
attack.
Both behind.
Dire's middle tower
Closing in now
has
on that.
fallen.
Won't yet have it.
Okay.
Radiant's bottom tower
Once you get that
is under
BKB,
attack.
perhaps they'll feel more confident
Dire's
to go
top
in
tower
and force
is
a
under
5-on-5.
attack.
Stud is still looking scary, but you know the
Radiant's
Heaven's help
bottom
to
tower
sort
has
of deal with them.
fallen.
We haven't really seen a single like
Dire's
team play Winter
structures
Curse, mostly
are
just
fortified.
escape Winter Curses. Or big team play Winter Curse, rather.
Yeah. Well, we might see one now.
Radiant's
Limp's got the
bottom
BKB
tower
on the
is
way.
under attack.
Tower helping him with that. That we're looking for here. We might be able to finish full AC for Nikobaby. We have the plate mount for that extra halvers.
That's very important. We also get the boomerang now for tops.
Radiant's middle
That's
tower is under
most
attack.
important, I think, in this game is the lowering the saddle resistance. That's going to allow them to honestly
Dire's
perma stun the
top
Lifestealer yet
tower is
again.
under
They've been
attack.
doing a good job of it until now.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Initiation by S4 though. And it's the kidnapper you're talking about. No decision. Gonna succeed. Seb is dead. Nikobaby wants to go further, hoping to kill off the Sven. The Supernova is keeping the Lions at bay. Starts only to do like Rent of Alliance is use the high ground. Winter Curse not gonna stun that sharpshooter. He's gonna go to score with 300 RP up to 3. And they're gonna punish it all at once. That area damage is too much for OG to deal with. Alliance finally taking the team fire of their dreams, and with the Inferno Blade, they cancel Sox's TP. Gonna get the last kill they were looking for. They want to turn this into a team wipe. They will accomplish it swiftly with one last skewer. Triple kill for Limp. What a skewer RP there in the middle of the fight.
Oh yeah. Again, BKB was their go time here. Which is why I was shocked that they went for that play earlier at the mid-tier 1 tower. A bit ambitious, but now we see why, you know, they were really eager to look for a fight after this one. Roshan is up. I'm sure they know about it. Instead, going to look to perhaps get a cheeky little tier 3 tower here.
Dire's
that
top
was
tower
unfortunate.
is under attack.
I like the organization SP, right? You gotta bunch them up, and you pick up your toys, and then you stun all of them up together. He's made his own
Dire's top
track
towers
there.
are under attack.
Not the, I think that's over it here, but stun Nikobaby though way too fast. Immediately on the rage. Limp doesn't have BKB, doesn't need it though. Nikobaby walk up the high ground. Sector play though. Not gonna set him up for much here. Be able to escape.
That was an I can do it too, Seb. Watch me. Just yells him right
Dire's
after.
middle tower
Don't
is
let him
under
set up
attack.
whatsoever. Nico really wanted those racks because he went for the melee. Unless they take another fight soon, they're gonna end up reaching him. That's why I think he was committing a bit further for them.
And now without Epicenter, or, you know, really any of the ultimates here for a while, at least Sumel's got God's Strength back soon, Supernova and 10. Sharpshooter doesn't really have a cooldown. But no GA and no Epicenter. I'm surprised that Alliance aren't considering going for
Not unskewered.
they've scouted it.
Then,
Second roach,
Might be
they
scouted
do it
instead.
extremely fast.
oh, OG is got it, that's for
Radiant
sure.
are scanning.
They have God's Strength yet again, so
Dire's top
they have
barracks
to match
are
the
under
madness.
attack.
Nikobaby's like, yeah, you're right. I forgot something in that top lane. Takes the racks immediately. But he's gonna go
Dire's
back.
top barracks
I'm assuming, I
has
mean,
fallen.
they should guess something's happening. It's definitely the Roche. Oh, S4 just walks in. S4 almost got killed. In fact, he might just die here for free. S4 barely getting out thanks to the curse, and the curse will kill Thompson. Friendly fire here from Samael. Thompson has no buyback, but they can still take the Roche as they're going for F3G right now. There's a Stormhammer. Don't have any more magical damage, just waiting him out. They're doing for Samael. Not being able to ward by himself. There's a Supernova, but quite defensive this time. And Nikobaby just walks into it. Rage is not going to stop the stun. but all out to get away with murder. The murder, the Sanking specifically.
And now Alliance can just finish Roshan. I mean, it's on 4k HP. You don't have the scroll for another 20 seconds. There's gonna be no initiation here. It's all gonna be on Seb here to initiate. No supernova either. Yeah, they're gonna be able to just say thank you very much. You know, we were a little bit busy taking your top lane of Barracks, and how nice of us for you to prep Roshan for us as well.
So kind, OG, and Alliance just take it right away. There's the shard given to Limp. I actually like that very much. If he's getting good skewers and good RPs, give him the horn toss too.
Is under attack.
That horn toss is really, really nice. You can catch multiple people with that as well, and it makes your combo a little bit easier to execute. You can go fishing even faster here now on our Magnet. Horn. It's going to be a little bit of an uphill battle for OG. I was really expecting them to be able to go through that Roche a little bit faster, but the Moonlight Shadow, like I always said, it's kind of, you know, really showing its strength here. Not even kind of, it is. FNG just walks straight up to Thompson. Gets a little bit scared for a second before he realizes Thompson has absolutely no idea he's here. And they kind of just send an S4 to pump him up.
The classic way to deal with core is just be invisible. They don't know what Dust is. It's not in their inventory. And that Winter's Curse is so valuable. I mean, it's also because the big difference in terms of HP between Hoodwink and the Sven, right? You're not going to Winter's Curse the Sven, but Hoodwink is a prime target, and a glass cannon is the ideal situation for a Winter Wyvern. Some good curses, though, in general by FNG, so credit for too. Oh, gee, I'm setting up for a fight here.
Yeah, that's a good one as well, especially if they can find Limp. They've got Vision. There's going to be the jump onto Limp now. Song for a while is going to be Mail. No supernova quite yet for Soxa. He's holding on to a Limp, healed up. Look at the heal, and even with the Sunray, Nikobaby right on top of the supernova. He's going to look to scramble it, and then he will be able to get that one done. Just about on the cusp of losing the Aegis as the stun from Seth will do just about that. Asking leaping in. Oh, the crit from Sumail, though, will put him down immediately. Nikobaby's now back, ready to just run away, actually, with that rage already active. Double buyback out from Alliance, though, is going to spook OG, and they'll back up to their high ground.
Yep. And with this, seems like the guys from Alliance want to continue putting up the pressure. I mean, they want to utilize these buybacks for something. Perhaps made out an OG who now used all the resources except for Epicenter and Guardian Angel. Here, but well, we hear the Epicenter, they go for the Lifestealer. Apparently it's going to be huge. The range and dive. RP goes back up there, the RP as well. Samel gets help by the Guardian Angel, but the spell's immediately by the Doom. Who needs Purge when you got Doom? Samel's down for the count, and they want to go for the scroll as well, but Thompson is capable of scurrying back to safety. S4 might be in trouble now. Under Boomerang, these stuns last too long. S4 is not going to be able to get away. 70 seconds without him.
We have a curse coming from FNG.
Nice arrow.
Yeah, they're going to go for it. There's going to be the skewer onto Sumail. Look how far he can fish away. That's a dieback on Sumail. It's there for 110 seconds. Oh, there's the horn toss. And almost the ancient golem. They're getting the kill. But at the end of the day, it's now Nikobaby with 2 extra kills off the tail end of that fight. OG were just hoping to chase a bit further, but this ward paying dividends. Our observers highlight Alliance straight back up into the high ground like they initially intended.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Sorry, getting actually catch Limp here, and that's going to be a dieback from Limp. So actually really good kill by OG here. As they're going to be pushing high ground at the same time as we watch this replay. You know, high ground's dangerous, guys.
Bottom tower.
That arrow was on point, to be honest. High ground, please. Not the play, we'll see. As they want to go for the Sankey, the spell's the open once immediately. Nikobaby realizes he's not going to heal as much, but the Fiend's through the pit to keep him alive. He starts to infest. They catch him with a perfect. As it goes Soxa, Winter's Curse. There's nothing hitting him though. And neither can Alliance's team do so right now as they invest the Winter Weapon, hoping to let FNG live. But FNG's already dead. They have to go hit the end. Nikobaby going straight and scrambling again. As Nikobaby proceeds to murder No Tail. No chance for No Tail. Thompson trying to get him with a scurry. Nikobaby is going to chase him to the ends of the earth. Nikobaby wants this skill, but he gets bushwhacked instead. And he's dizzy a bit, turning around a bit too much. Nikobaby won't die here, but he also is not going to get the kill he was looking for. The reinforcements are coming though. S4 running towards the base. But the enemy base might be.
Spells to use. There's been Son on to 7 initially though. You'll set up Throw Strike if he can just get away with it. Actually, Throw Strike aggressively. It's not going to do anything because S4's PK beat and Nikobaby was raged. I'm back instantly though on Seb as now they look to finally get Nikobaby out of the base. He's still holding on to a cheese though, but now consuming that one as he is bushwhacked to the tree and broken. Blinking away. Now just the rage TP. What? Nothing to go through it. He's free to go.
Alright. They are going to hit the Wolves of Wyvern though with this. FNG needs to find a way to escape. Instead, he's just going to gain some time for his team. As the Doom is also fighting a hoodwink here. S4 trying to run away from Thompson, who's almost out of spells, but Thompson doesn't seem to care. Even with low mana, he can chase after this Doom. All he needs is a pushback to set up for this. In fact, Samael's running towards him, but S4, now he's a bit too far gone. Might even be able to set up for a kill here if Alliance want to re-engage.
So just a quick update on buybacks, by the way. Only 3 heroes didn't buy back in that last fight, being S4, Nikobaby, and Thompson. Thompson is the hero currently with buyback, but S4 is just one Devour away from that is a hero. So pretty chaotic. A couple of buybacks to say the least, but OG, they still hang on to this game. They only actually lose the tier 3 bottom lane, and they eventually get through the Aegis and Cheese, and are just hoping to now get to a better position to fight for perhaps this next Roshan.
Yeah, I got a nullifier now, fresh for that Nikobaby. Good way to cancel. I mean, you already needed the purge. Nullifier will proceed to cancel all of the Guardian Angel shenanigans. No more scurrying. I might have just gotten tired of the scurrying, to be honest. Because that last fight, that's what saved Hoodwink completely.
I mean, it's also going to be really nice versus the Omni too, right? It's kind of the item that he's going to, now that you don't.
You can still Guardian Angel it. Sorry, you can still Heavenly Grace it out. So this wasting and it not being purgeable like the Repel. That was very dumb, by the way, for the longest time. Like, it gives you magic immunity, but you can purge it. What? What kind of magic immunity is this? I was always very surprised by that.
I mean, Oracle's got that now, right? On the Edict.
Oh, it gives you magic. It gives you 100% magic resistance difference, right? Magic immunity was the
right.
be all end all of. It's the BKBs, you know. It's the creme de la creme of spells.
Especially back then when really strong. It's got a little bit of a change with some of those patches some time ago that everyone complained about, and now we all got used to it.
It's true. As we always do, right? New changes, we always complain. You can tell AUI, for example, is one of those players, the old guard, because he was talking about the Fusel Blade for a minute. Like, okay.
Yeah.
That was no good boomer moment from the panel.
Get more charges for it. Emergency and Weatherman segments now.
Yeah, exactly. He's gone from a sword to a talent. Imagine. Nikobaby. Is he going to look for an infest kill here, or is he going to save it still like he's done for these past few fights?
He's just going to get level 25. I think they're going to wait till this 25 talent to fight, and then they're going to look for it. I mean, Roche is going to be up to both of these teams. They know it's going to be about this next
tower is under attack.
Vision, and just put themselves in it best fight easily.
That is actually beautiful background. Yes, he's going to go. I'm assuming the rage talent. The win rate of the other talents sometimes is a bit of a lie, because when it has such a low pick rate, it's often picked a meme, or because you're winning by a bunch, right?
Yeah, what do you mean? Abed didn't end all his games in the major with 6 Desolators?
The prize is mine.
Right? Or how Divine Raper is one of the highest win rates, because of course if you're winning with it, you probably did something right.
An AC finish. Seb jumping forward. Flying Hanskin. Thompson immediately throwing forward the bushwhack. Oh my goodness, upping even his own damage. No buyback available. Seb is a bit too tanky now, especially with the Lotus Orb, so Nikobaby's not going to want to go on him. Open wounds, of course, just want that reflected. He has taken that rage talent here. Shit, the game. Seb actually not too far from his own here.
Pretty decent actually. I'm assuming it's going to be the slow blind. I mean, the Epicenter Pulses is kind of decent if it was like a level 20 talent, but I don't think it's that great at level 25. Not against Lifestealer, not when PKPs are up.
Yeah, exactly. Not with this Rage talent, and especially not with the Lincoln Sphere, because now you can't even stun him. So he's going to be able to pop Rage and just kind of laugh in your face. But with 3k HP without the Armlet active, there's 3600 now with the Armlet active. Don't know if it's really that strong. Who knows? Maybe he's done the back of the napkin math and the right call.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be the Sandstorm. Particularly because also the Sandstorm blind here, it forces some awkward BKB usage. It's what if Lifestealer has to Rage just to deal with the Sandstorm's blind? Right, that's very annoying. Or to be able to escape the slow, it adds a whole dimension to Sanctum's toolkit. I think that's one of the best talents on the scene.
that is true, although I will say, you know, Limp is just going to go, okay, I'll just horn toss you and screw you outside of your sandstorm. Or I'll force the fight somewhere else by just robbing Sumail and fishing him away from the fight. You know, that is going to be a bit difficult, right? It's a lot like playing against the Wukong's command in that way.
He's in his burrow, you kidnap him away, as you would say.
Yep.
I think that's the appropriate term. On the Roshan here. Oh, Nikobaby's even surprised, but it's like, guys, there's a Roshan. Ags is ready on the Roshan as well. Do you have any... Actually, it's a good Doom Ags game, to be honest. They remove the lead completely from this man. Pretty big deal. Oh, Morphling actually plays against this here. No deal, though. It is spell him. Motorsorb helping him out. Destroying the Nullifier. Here comes Seb. Hoping for a kill. And he might just find the plan. But from behind, S4 in terms of initiation. He actually used the BKB, trying to take the rest of OG. He doesn't lose Limp with the process. Supernova has completed, but Lifestealer taking us out. There's the Winter's Curse to set the fight, but it's only 7 actually out there right now. No deal. No deal's going to die here thanks to that Nullifier. Limp starts the RP, but he doesn't want to use it just on Seb. Waiting for Sumail, really. That's what we want to kill. Sumail comes back in, but he's been disarmed immediately. The head is Salvard. Nikobaby too quick. Hits him with the Nullifier, but nobody can chase after him. Instead, they're trying to deal with Seb, who's just so annoying. Nobody can actually finish him off. Hanskin might guess with the arrow, no. But the arrow gives vision for the Yule Scepter, and that's going to be, or should be enough to deal with this pesky Sand King, right? He has the... Oh, they're going to use the RP. They're done. They're done with Seb. No more shenanigans. This man has to die. Alliance is trying their best, and they'll finally accomplish it. But what an annoying Sand King that was. So difficult to kill him.
Wave near out from Thompson, just looking to force Nikobaby back. He wants to be able to cut these waves. Seb, at the very least, forcing the enemies to take as long as possible to murder him is not going to do that much to stop this Roshan, unfortunately. On these back in 5 seconds, the initiations are just going to be way too difficult here without Seb to blink and burrow strike in for you. Gee, they might have no choice, though. And they go. They're going to at least try and burst through Marana at the very least, but there goes Sumail. At least picks up the TD room, so Limp doesn't want to fight him anymore. And there's going to be the short distance onto S4. S4 getting absolutely chunked. They have to use the Winter's Curse just to make sure that he lives. Nikobaby, with the range now on cooldown, might be a little bit of a target here. They actually applies the Nullifier, and now the disarm to Sumail. He looks to turn and fight. Noxa, though, does not have to go over another 10 seconds. They've at least stunned up the Lifestealer and broken him now. Sumail getting pushed this way, that way yet again, but he's able to Lifesteal a little bit off of Limp before he flickers back away into the river. Nikobaby after Thompson, now Saxa, who does have the Supernova, will now let it rip, forcing Nikobaby back, and Sumail has jumped onto Limp and absolutely torn him apart in the river. Nikobaby hops inside of FNG. Gonna hop right back out, though, as they may look for more.
No sorceries.
Nikobaby's still strong, looking for a no-tail. He really needs to get rid of this Omnite if he wants to man-fight the Sven fair and square. It's impossible. Oh no, Nikobaby's been kind of around in the end. You know, they did do the same thing with the Sven, but Sven's Blink Dagger allows him to be able to get in and out of fight. Almost playing like a Tiny in this fight, to be honest. At least they can get the roach.
So huge for Sumail right now, but unfortunately they just can't quite contest it. They bought themselves so much time. That was a dieback penalty on Seb. He was set for 2 full minutes, and he's gonna unfortunately just miss out on Roche by about 15 seconds. It's been an absolutely
Radiant's
beastly
middle tower
fight
is
there
under
for
attack.
Sand King. He loves fighting around Roshan, but miss out on it this time.
So Vespo is keeping the axe and not using it. Is it because he wants to give it to the Marana? I can only imagine. I mean, it's a good axe for Marana too, so fair. That or S4, I don't know, wants to surprise them.
Radiant's
See,
middle
Limp.
tower
There's a
is under
shockwave.
attack.
Sentinel, that's the Sandstorm slow. Really annoying Limp. In fact, Sumail comes in, Golden breaks, not going to save him. The Doom has been used though on Sumail. Can they chase after him? That's the question. Doom has no tools to do so. Has to be Limp. He's already lost his first life. Also used the buyback earlier, so he can't play too hastily. It's again this annoying set that's stopping them right in their tracks. Alliance just wants to hit the enemy carry, but are unable to do so because no kill himself making this impossible. No kill using that Guardian Angel will save himself from the life stealer. The Nullifier finally hits. No kill should die in the backlines at port S4. He's going to die himself first. In fact, no kill will survive this onslaught. With the Viper and FNG, that Curse is not going to save from the Sunray. But Limp's RP, they can kill some male, put him out of the fight. As Nikobaby looking for anything he can find at this point. Sam with an epicenter will surprise the Magnus. Again, no buyback for him. Limp has to eat the cheese, skewers himself, but brings a Sanking with him, and the Supernova on top. The TP immediately will save Limp's life.
Man, both carries kind of just got taken for walks there. Now, Nikobaby, he's going to be in a bit of trouble now. He's going to be able to rage and TP away. No Tail just completely walked him around. Where did Sumail die? Who did he die to? FNG killed him?
No, he died to the
middle
Magnus.
tower
He
is under
got
attack.
ERP'd him. He RP'd Sven and then proceeded to obviously attack him and kill him. It was not that difficult once he got the RP, but they had to divide the team fight by a lot. It was not easy for them. And Alliance, I mean, honestly, what's keeping Alliance on their toes right now, it's really the Sanking. There we go. Thank you, Observer.
Yeah,
See?
that's
Once
right.
you get the RP
Called it out.
yeah, exactly. So Nikobaby comes in, it was relatively easy kill once they had the RP. But again, this was a huge effort to get Omni-Knight out, get the Sanking out, you know, and that was what finally allowed them to do this. These two heroes are making life impossible for Nikobaby, who just wants to hit. He's a wee lifestealer. All he wants to do is hit his enemy Sven. He wants to be like Jenkins' enemy carry, win that pub, but he can't.
Something you also can't do is look to ignore Sharpshooter. It's going to be upgraded to deal pure damage and go through that spell immunity. Now that tops in 65. So that God Strength, which is further buffed, by the way, by Heavenly Grace. Got that active, of course. It just adds to your base stats. A big reason why this combo is as strong as it is.
Just a brute force method against the Lifestealer. I like it. I think the Hoodwink, though, even bigger than the damage a Sharpshooter will deal, the break is big deal against him. Getting rid of Feast and Gold, I mean, Gold Frenzy is whatever, but getting rid of Feast is major. He's gonna have to heal back up with open wounds, use the Infest cleverly. There's more tools now for OG, and Alliance need to figure out their own tools to deal with the Sanking particularly.
So yes, for God Strength. They're gonna want to go for it. The initiation from Seb. They're gonna try to go for it. There's the Cold Embrace immediately. FNG still holding on to the Winter's Curse. Will now drop that just to make sure Esper is able to escape. They've moved up Sumail, but he's got God Strength active. Not seemingly willing to fight though. And Flip on the way on in. Already using the RP here. Supernova's now out trying to keep RTZ alive. Heavenly Grace, GA on top as Nikobaby getting melted by the ray of sun. He's gonna get stunned on the way back out before he's embraced by FNG. Seb with another stun on it. Moves the channel up the epicenter. He's gonna get it off, and that's 2 dead immediately out from the Epi alone. Nikobaby finds himself in an awkward spot. They get through the Lincoln Sphere, they bushwhack him, and they will be able to get the kill, all in exchange for Sumail. It's going to be a 4-for-1 trade in favor of OG.
Which is so American, he's EG's everywhere.
OG, oh my goodness. I heard Sumail, and oof.
Hey, you did the call-out for Ortiz is what I was joking about. But OG, they only lose Sumail there. Not that big a deal, honestly. Alliance,
middle
though,
tower is under attack.
they will have to find a way to deal with this team fight again. Like that Nullifier, you can tell the Guardian Angel was always available. You don't have a secondary Purse to deal with it, and the Heavenly Grace can easily deal with a Nullifier. So that's not the perfect solution for them either. Alliance. What do you...
Oh, socks up. Pressure, he's on it.
Yeah, he does with the refresher, but that was just a supernova bait. Oh, the break hurting Mirana. I know. Alliance needs to find a way to both kill Seb and kill Milton over the end of the fight. And it seems almost impossible. Seb even went for the extra shard down. More slows throughout the team fight, a bit of extra damage.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's
Here
middle
already,
barracks
though,
are under
OG
attack.
at least trying to equalize here. There are
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
issues in the base though. There's 2 wagons and a
Radiant's
big old wave of
bottom
super
tower
creep.
is under attack.
Currently looking to get that last tier 4 tower down that OG base. We'll have to be back and base the creeps alone.
Okay. OG. They do go back, but I think this team fight's looking stronger for them. Like I said, because of the way they're proposing them. So I don't think they're in a rush right now to finish this. It's not like they just recovered a small lead. It's like they're actually coming back into the game. Despite the fact that Lifestealer has such incredible net worth, these team fights are just looking really good for them. And I mean, the best solution to Lifestealer is kiting him. Nikobaby might consider at some point going for some sort of mobility, like a Blink Dagger. For now, he's thinking of the Scotty as a way to slow down the Omni-Knight. Actually, not a bad idea. Together with a Gold Frenzy. Hopefully that's enough. And then at least if you can kill Omni, then fine. Sankin can roam around and do his shenanigans, but kill the Omni-Knight so you can deal with the Sven.
Already the Bloodstone flying out to him here, so he's gonna have a little bit of lifesteal in these fights and a bit of burst healing at his disposal now. Shard on top of this, of course, now only triggers if there's any OG things up. Right here though, ready to break smoke.
Gotta go by the burn, but even through here, the Fair just got triggered. Wanna kill the Sedan King. Got to destroy Sunset. The arm to punch him up, and they know that's the target. That two was pointed. It might stay. With the Nullifier, they get rid of the Guardian Shell, no-till, and then now they rid of the no-till. Supernova has been available though, but they're already getting kills. So who cares in the end? It explodes. Your carry's dead, OG. What are you gonna do now? Alliance might even take Toxic for a ride. You just point the flash on top of that. The shock was to get him back. They want Toxic on top of that. No fight. Toxic needs to push, but wants to get a kill before he dies. Just needs to get away from Nikobaby. But Nikobaby's not letting up. Thompson tried to scurry in the trees. Nikobaby's afraid of no trees. It is not like the cliff. He's going to kill Thompson.
Me in the trees.
Tried his best. There's ever so much you can do against the Lifestealer. Alliance are now going to do it. They're actually going to reach the high ground a second time after a couple of missed team fights. They finally found a solution.
They're just going for quick choice. There's no buyback on Sumail right now. It's going to still be on cooldown for the minute, even if he had to gold, which is doesn't either way. Already nuked through by the creep whip. Nikobaby focusing on the throne as that's for just making sure they can get rid of Thompson one last time. He's doing a fair bit of damage. He's going to have to pop the BKB. Nikobaby and Limbo. Objective gamers here going straight for the throne as the GG is dropped. Alliance, they do it. They win